Welcome to our It's Electra series.
In this series, we're going to share with you gear based on and inspired by the Electra Distortion circuit.
Join us on this journey where we get the most tone out of the least circuit. Today's episode of PJ and the Beard, we're going to be looking at the It's Electra series. We're going to be looking at some boxes that can go into the MPC guitar. But before we get into all of that, I'd like to ask you to consider subscribing to the channel, clicking on the notification bell. Your interaction with us matters. It helps us interact with great people in the industry. And in this case, Stokka Engineering, Eric, was able to connect with you about some new things he's building, and it fits right into our series.
Right. Just when we thought we were kind of done with the MPC guitar and we were getting ready to maybe slide it along, I'm out on Reverb one night and I see Stokka Engineering has for sale some new modules. And I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. So I sent him an email. I was like, hey, man, it's great to see you're doing something with these. We obviously are into them. We had a series on it, whatever. And he was like, send some over, right? He's going to send some over. So we did this with Jeff McCaglia from RFO Electronics. He sent us a bunch of things over time. He was a super big help in the series. But we did, most recently, we did his Vibe Chorus box. We did, here's his Electra Distortion circuit he made for us. There's a super fuzz he made for us. There's some other, I think there might be another one or two in there that he made. I'm pretty excited about this because I think these guitars are really cool. If you're into the guitars, to see not only people recreating some of the original circuits,
Right.
but making new stuff is really cool. So Eric sent us a bunch of boxes. He sent us a tremolo. And I'm not kidding you, man. There's a smooth, space, depth, and trim knob on here, and that doesn't take into account the one that's on the guitar. So there's 5 knobs on that tremolo and a box this size. Looking forward to jumping into that. He sent us a fuzz. Looking forward to jumping into that. He sent us a delay, which has been like for me the holy grail of boxes, right? Yeah. Steve Higdon had sent us a delay.
Right.
We really like that. So now there's a delay available that you could go out and you could pick up on Reverb if you have an electric guitar. And he sent us an envelope filter. So tonight we're going to jump into the envelope filter. We have it in our MPC electric guitar. It is already in there.
Right.
There might also be...
I think that reminds me of something.
Yeah, that's
There's a delay in my... response. Oh, it's a delay.
I'm talking. We're so old, new at this. We're talking over ourselves still, but yeah. So there's the delay modules in here. We're not getting into that night tonight. Focus on the MPC, his envelope filter. One of the reasons is the end of the night of recording for us, and that's the box with no knobs on it. Right. So this is pretty easy. We have one knob on the guitar, which I'm kind of, after doing a series on envelope filters, calling almost like a sensitivity knob. Right. The higher you turn it up, the easier it is to get the filter to trip. So
this is technically looking at his literature he sent us. It's a low pass filter, and that you can get a funky auto wah out of this.
So can it get the sound
of the Doodah Man?
Sounds from the Doodah Man. So here it is. Here's what it sounds like. Love it. The unpredictability of it. Yeah, so on the MPC, the only knob it has is the one on the guitar. And like I said, kind of feels like controlling the sensitivity. So if I roll it all the way down, Now start rolling it up a little bit. Let's go. So yeah.
It's got an interesting range.
But that's not the only thing he sent us.
Right.
He also sent us, what's he calling it?
The MPC Stomp Cradle.
Stomp Cradle. So we're going to pull the we're going to pull the filter out of the guitar. This one. I'm going to pop it out. We're going to pop it in the Stomp Cradle and show you that real quick. So this is the MPC Stomp Cradle. This is a really cool design. Steve Higdon, when he had sent us a bunch of stuff for the series, sent us what we affectionately called the box, which was just a metal enclosure that you could flip open. Could you put one or two?
I feel like it was one.
I feel like it was one. Maybe it was
and we gave it back begrudgingly.
Yes. So, but you could stick a cartridge in it, shut the box. It had a knob on it. He's done kind of the same thing here, except left the back open where you put the module. Now, I think that's really cool because it's easy to put the modules in. And if you look at some of his other modules, like that tremolo I was telling you about, right?
You can make the adjustments.
You can make the adjustments really easy. So you can kind of dial it in here and then stick it in the guitar. Because once it's in the guitar, it's a little harder.
With these handy dandy little screwdrivers he also sent us.
So that, I think, is pretty good. If you have an MPC guitar and you like some of the modules you have sitting around, why not pick up a Stomp Cradle that you can use with the other guitars too? And so, like I said, Eric's making these, and it might be worth checking out. So what we're going to do is let Pat play the Paul Reed Smith Silver Sky, and I'm going to click on the envelope filter, and we're going to turn the knob and see how it sounds on another guitar.
All right. Clean reference though? Short one.
So we've done so many envelope filters, and they can be really, really hard to dial in sometimes. And I think, the more knobs you get on them, the harder they are. He's just taking that out of the equation here. We'll just have one knob. And there's a lot of cool sounds in there. So, and if you find a original envelope follower cartridge for sale, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be hundreds of dollars. So, and he's making these new. So, probably with newer components, probably more reliable, all that good stuff. So,
made in Phoenix, Arizona.
Right. Final thoughts?
I think you hit, at least for this one, I love the fact that you can't really mess with this one because this can be a cantankerous animal. But I love the concept of the Stomp Cradle. And like you said, leaving the exposed controls with the little screwdriver up top, because if not, you're constantly doing this and trying that. So you really can test these out pretty simply without having to flip the guitar over and everything else. So you can really figure out what you like on these. And you can use them if you don't have an MPC guitar. But if you have an MPC guitar, it's completely a bonus.
Right. Well, we've been considering moving the MPC guitar on, but then it was always like, well, what if something else came up? How would we ever add it to the series? And this might be a way to add it to the series without having to keep the guitar on. Excuse me. We love the MPC guitar. I love the whole concept and the whole philosophy behind it.
Well, you've talked about, too, it holds two cartridges. If you could put a drive and a delay in there, you just show up at a gig and be like, here's my pedal board.
Yeah, good to go. So it's one of those things. We have a hard time letting go of anything to make room for other stuff, but we're running out of room.
That's not untrue.
So, anyway, hey, great job, Eric. We're really looking forward to diving into the rest of these. Watch for them once every week, 2 weeks from now, and we're going to try and let these out and get them out there so you can check them out and see what's going on. And I think with that, hey, just thanks for watching, hitting the subscribe button. Anytime you interact with the show, it helps us out, helps us make these connections with cool people like Eric, and get this stuff in to share with you. And I think with that,
I'm PJ on behalf of the Beard, reminding you, no matter what you hear, you never have too much gear. MPC Stomp Cradle, engage.
Wow.